What is going on, everybody? It's Dylan from Redline here, back with another video. Today is the next video in our series of trying to flip $500 into a Ferrari. And boy, do we got some good news. And here we have another one out the door. This is a 2011 Chevrolet Cruze. Has a slight 176,000 miles on it. We paid $1,700 out the door. And I'm taking it now to meet the customer. It's already sold. Got $3 grand out of it. So 1,700 to 3K, pretty decent come up. I actually ended up picking this car up at the auction, sight unseen. I was bidding on it online, and it panned out to be pretty nice. Have no warning lights on the dash, stays within temps. The valve cover gasket's not even leaking. Overall, a pretty stout car. It's fully loaded. It's an LTZ, so it's got Pioneer, leather, cruise, remote start, all that jazz. Honestly, a pretty solid car overall. As soon as I am back home, I can go over the car, give you guys a quick walk around of it, and show you what's up with it. I'm sure you guys don't care too much about the Cruze, but I'll keep it short and sweet, give you a quick walk around because it is part of the challenge. Real quick, here's a quick overview on the Cruze. Won't spend too much time on this, but like I said, part of the challenge, so we got to include it. Got some bruises on the fender. The worst of all the damage was right here on the door. Honestly, a good PDR guy could get that out. I wasn't dealing with it. It's a $3,000 car. It's got a lot of miles. Bumps and bruises are to be expected. Then it had this little guy right here. But overall, nice runner. Ice cold AC, hot heat, leather, cruise control, Pioneer. Decent little car to go A to B. So we paid $1,700 for this, sold it for $3,000. That's a $1,300 profit. As I hinted at before, we do now have this Subaru Outback XT, which is already sold. Buyer's on the way to pick it up. But a little bit of how I got this car and what I paid for it. That Fox body that was in the last video, the 4-cylinder notchback, I actually took this Subaru in on trade. I took the Subaru in $1,500 for that Fox body. So only got $500 invested in the Subaru. Not too shabby, if I may say so myself. A little bit about the Subaru. It is an Outback XT, so it is the turbo model. It is a, I actually accidentally locked the door, but it's a 5-speed manual transmission, all-wheel drive, has heated seats, and honestly, overall, a pretty decent car. Came with another set of wheels. Runs, drive, shifts, clutch feels good, doesn't overheat. Overall, a solid little ride. Now, obviously, it has 205,000 miles, and like any other Subaru, it's bound to have some issues one way or another. However, it seems to run and drive pretty good. It has a check engine light on for a lean code, an ABS light, and the cruise control light flashes. But other than that, will definitely make a good winter beater or A to B cruiser for someone, especially on the cheaper end. Now, since I'm already mentioning it and so on and so forth, I am selling this for $2,500 out the door. I see these on Marketplace, honestly, for like $4 or $5 grand, but for what it is and the work it needs and everything, $2,500, not too shabby, and we'll get it on out of here. So that is sold, and the Cruze that you guys just seen is also sold. So currently we are vehicle-less and gonna move forth in the challenge and hopefully find something sweet. Like I said, in this part of the challenge, I've been trying to hunt down some cool stuff, some fun stuff, and things of that nature, but these cheap things keep getting offered to me in trades, and it's hard to pass up when you are in a car $500, because anything that runs, drives, shifts, or even moves under its own power is worth more than that, so can't complain. All right, y'all, I'm sitting here currently editing the video that you guys are watching now, and I figured I'd just go ahead and get you guys fully up to speed on all the cars that I've bought, sold, and everything regarding this challenge. Here on my phone and my notes, I have a list of every car that I've gone through for the challenge. And obviously, I haven't recorded in some time. By the time this video is going up, it's been really a while since I've made a YouTube video. I've just been super busy. But without any further ado, let me get you guys fully up to speed on everything. Now, obviously, if you're watching to this point in the video, you know that this Cruze right here sold, the 4-eyed Fox body sold, and the Subaru Outback sold. I already went ahead and let you guys know what all that stuff sold for. What I did fail to mention is what the Miata in the previous video ended up selling for. I believe it had 140,000-ish miles. And I'm not sure if I mentioned it already in that video or not, but it did have a hardtop as well, which I ended up selling. So when it was all said and done with that car, I ended up paying $5,000, like right on the dot for it. Ended up selling it for $6,000 plus $2,250 for the hardtop. Now that car was absolutely mint. It was a trade-in to a dealer that is local to me that sells a bunch of cool stuff. So just an awesome turnaround. The customer was awesome. Nice car overall, and he's still driving it right now. Now I got my handy dandy notes here. The Cruze, the Subaru, the 4-eyed Notch, that Miata, the Fox body and all that I already mentioned. So moving on. After all those cars, I ended up picking up another red Miata. The paint was a little iffy on it. It was very clean, rust-free. I believe it had 108,000 miles on it. I actually purchased the car because it had a Momo steering wheel I wanted for mine. It had a few other things I wanted for my Miata, but there was money to be made on it, so I bought it anyways. I ended up paying $46.50 for that car. I had $150 in materials and parts to get it sellable, and then I ended up selling it for $6,000. Following that, I picked up this turbo Miata on Haltech. Now, this is actually my second time owning this Miata. I owned it about a year and a half ago. I sold it to a good friend. Long story short, I seen it posted on Facebook this year, and I'm like, what the heck? That car looks familiar. I guess something happened where they put a radio in it and shorted a bunch of stuff out, and it just wouldn't run right, or really run at all for that matter. So I went ahead and bought that off of them for $4,000. That came with a hardtop. I ended up putting about $250 in it to rewire everything, and just it actually ended up needing a tune-up and a few other stupid things. But following the tune-up and the fresh rewiring job basically on the whole car, because everything was shorting out, thing ran awesome, sold really quick. I ended up getting $5,500 out of the car itself, and then I sold the hardtop that was with it separate for $1,500. Then, following the turbo Miata on Haltech with the hardtop, I picked up a turbo New Edge Mustang. I believe it was an 01, stock bottom end, stock internals, but it had all the supporting modifications for the turbo kit. Actually, really fun car. Had a 4R70 in it, so it was automatic. Still had AC, cruise control, all your amenities. It was really cool car. It was a sleeper, super quiet, but when you got on it, the wastegate would open up. Actually let Rachel, my girlfriend, drive it a bunch, and she had a good time in it. I bought that car for $7,000, sold it for $8,000, so we made $1,000 on that. And then the last car that I never got around to telling you guys was actually in the beginning of this, if you've seen it in the background, the 2011 Mustang GT with a Whipple supercharger. So I picked this up. I seen it posted on Marketplace for $16,000. It was T56 swapped. When I got it, I think it had 96,000 miles. It was a premium, so it was loaded Bluetooth, the shaker system, all that jazz. Really, really fun car. I bought that for $16,000. I then went to sell it. I had it posted for $20,000 for a little bit, and that was $20,000 out the door. I am a dealer. That would come out to around $18,500. So I did end up actually getting the $18,500 for the car. That was the cheapest boosted Coyote Mustang in the entire country. Super fun car. I'm glad I got to experience it. I didn't get the full amount though, unfortunately. I had to put $1,000 into the car. I had to do a tune-up. I threw mufflers on it and a few other things, because I was actually driving that car a decent amount. So I was in it about $17,000, sold it for $18,500 plus tax. So we walked away with a $1,500 profit. Now, I'm sure what most of you guys are curious on is, what is our current running amount? How much cash do we have to work with? And what are we on the hunt for? Our current running total for cash is $26,850 for the challenge. Now, from here, I actually already did purchase the next car. I'm actually going to look at another car tomorrow, potentially part of this challenge. So we will see how that goes. From here on forward, I want to really get some cool cars or stuff that I wouldn't typically sell usually at the dealership. I'm typically speaking under $15,000, and I like to sell the niche fun cars. But I'm thinking about getting some cooler stuff, some more expensive stuff, and just experimenting. Now with the Coyote, part of the reason this video hasn't gone up in so long, not that this is an excuse or anything, is it's kind of annoying to sell expensive stuff, especially in an economy like this. People can't get approved, and a lot of credit unions and banks don't value modifications if a car's modified, and it's just more of a hassle. A lot of people don't have $25,000 just sitting around to go purchase a fun car. But with that being said, I do want to experiment and get some more cars I wouldn't typically get. Now, I will say the next couple cars I am at least envisioning in my head are cars I would normally get, but I am obviously on the hunt to get something different. Another change, I've been thinking about changing the name of the series. I know it's $500 to a Ferrari. That's how Flying Wheels, the one that I got the inspiration to do this from, had his titled. So personally, I'm not really a Ferrari guy. I'm an Audi guy at heart, and one of my ultimate grail cars is an R8. So I'm thinking about changing this up to $500 to an R8. Now, at our current cash total, obviously we got a lot of ways to go, but we're making really good progress. So after just a few months, from $500 up to, what was it, $26,000. I mean, that's amazing for the challenge. And that's just doing stuff that you guys can do at home. Anybody can go on Marketplace, buy, sell, trade, work your way up. Now, I will say I have been extremely lucky. I haven't had too many losses. I'm very conservative in terms of buying stuff, but anybody can do it. I'm just happy with how it's been going. Now, if you made it this deep into the video, from the bottom of my heart, thank you for watching. Thank you for watching all my videos and supporting. It really makes my day. I know I haven't been posting as much, but I really do enjoy making YouTube videos. It's just sometimes kind of hard to find the time to actually do them. With that being said, I do want to post more. I really do. I'm trying to, especially before winter comes. I want to get some videos up with the K-Series Miata that I have. We just got our new Edge running. It made about 770 wheel. Thing's a freaking blast. We're planning to go drag racing next week. I want to get some more content on. I know not everyone cares about the flip challenge. I just kind of wanted to document it to see if I could do it. And at the end of the day, if I have an exotic car for $500, technically speaking, that's pretty baller. And then I documented it to prove it. With that being said, guys, thank you so much for the support. I'm going to get back to editing this video so I can get it posted up for you guys and get some more content made. On that note, peace out. I hope a lot of you guys take this challenge on, try to do it yourself, see if you can, see how far you can get. At the end of the day, the worst thing that happens is you're out $500, and even then, if you find a car for $500, you can scrap it and get your money back. So, in my opinion, it's worth the risk. It's fun to do, and especially if you're kind of already in this industry, it's kind of a challenge to start back up from the bottom and work your way back up. It's kind of that grind and hustle that really makes this business fun. But on a real note, guys, I'm going to get back to editing this video. Thank you so much for the support. I will catch you in the next video. Thank you so much.